Good morning, everyone. I want to welcome everyone to the second day of our workshop on the health, safety, and well-being of young adults. I want to thank everyone who has joined us here today and the people that are joining us on the webcast as well. And I also want to thank everyone that participated in the program yesterday. I'd like to do so personally to every single person because I thought it was really exciting and interesting today, exactly what we had in mind, and we have another one in store for you as well. So let me just recap in terms of the overall program that we had in mind, what we did yesterday, and what we're planning on doing today. So first, we looked at the biological, psychological development of young adults and the changing social landscape of their transition into adulthood. We then took a closer look at the changing economic, demographic, and technological environments in which the current cohort of young adults are maturing. We also examined the safety, physical health, and mental health of young adults, and then heard three perspectives from young adults themselves. So today, we turn our attention to some of the societal influences, systems, and organizations that affect the lives of young adults. We'll consider families and parents, social networks, media, the healthcare system, education, employment, the military, foster care and welfare services, and the justice system. I mean, I'm even tired even thinking about that entire array of things that we're going to talk about. But again, we wanted to provide a broad coverage of the issues to kind of help us get our arms around the topic and to be able to think about the foci for a potential study. The presentations that we'll hear on each of these areas will look at how these systems influence young adults' trajectories, as well as their health, safety, and well-being, and hope to identify opportunities for intervention and support. I'd also like to recognize and thank the authors of the two papers that we commissioned for this workshop. These papers are intended to provide background to the workshop discussions and to make new contributions to the field to which we're trying to call focused attention. You can find the papers in your meeting books, and they will also be published as appendices to the workshop summary. Sabrina Osterley's paper provides an overview of pathways to young adulthood and the health, safety, and well-being consequences of these pathways. The paper also includes a review of evidence-based interventions targeting young adults, and she's going to be discussing her findings about these interventions in a minute. The paper by Catherine Conger, Rand Conger, and Stephen Russell reviews the evidence on parenting during the transition to adulthood. I personally have an interest in that paper, as does my daughter. And I think that that's true of many of us here as well. Dr. Catherine Conger will be discussing the findings from their paper this morning, and I'd like to welcome Dr. Rand Conger as well, who is also here at the workshop. With that in mind, in terms of our hopes for the day, I'd like to introduce Sabrina Osterley, Research Associate Professor in the School of Social Work at the University of Washington. And I'll remind you that the backgrounds on all the speakers, are in your books. So, Sabrina, the microphone is yours.